Congratulations, Kendal at Longwood. You are celebrating 50 years, your 50th anniversary. You know, I reflect back on what our founding fathers must have thought when they built this retirement community. The dedication, the commitment, the passion that went into building a community so vibrant, so full of life, so full of nature, that's what Kendal is all about. And it's living your best life, living your life to its fullest extent. That's what our mission embroils. So on behalf of the entire leadership team, I am proud to congratulate you on your 50th anniversary. May you have a year full of exciting events. I look forward to spending them with you and enjoyable times as we all celebrate.
Well, Dick and Sally Worth were the founders of Kendal. It would not have happened without them. He was the first chairman of the board, and she welcomed people here. They were just marvelous people. They were members of the Religious Society of Friends, and they got a loan from Philadelphia Yearly Meeting to start Kendal. It was their dream, and they made it a reality.
It's incredible to me to think that what was originally envisioned for Kendal back in the late 1960s, a quote, better way in retirement based on Quaker values, has now grown into roughly 16 campuses with 5,000 residents in 9 different states. And I think it's that sense of community that was created at Kendal by staff in partnership with residents that was sort of a blueprint for how that growth has occurred. And I think the partnership with residents continues to allow us to grow and evolve in a very positive way. So Coniston, Cartmel, Crosslands are all wonderfully unique. However, we all share in and benefit from a little bit of that original Kendal DNA, which I think is a good thing.
Kendal's 50th anniversary is quite an accomplishment, considering that this is probably the oldest CCRC in the area. And thinking about what it must have taken for the people to put together the concept of Kendal and to see what it has grown to today is just quite amazing.
Lloyd Lewis was the first executive director. And I remember him standing about here behind the farmhouse and waving and saying, this is where it's all going to be. So his first office was in the barn. He did not have a telephone. And so they would call our home and leave messages for him. And I wondered, what has he gotten himself into now that he doesn't? He has an office in the barn and no phone. But soon things changed.
Welcome to Crosslands. I have an anniversary card for our friends at Kendal at Longwood. 50th anniversary of Kendal at Longwood. We, residents of neighboring Crosslands, send you heartfelt salutations. Kendal's anniversary of gold earns our bravo and congratulations. This half-century anniversary deserves joyful, vigorous celebration, honoring the fine art of aging, our Kendal Crosslands obligation. Happy anniversary.
Well, it means a lot because Kendal is going to be 50 years old. And I have been 23 years of that here. I came in 1099, and I'll be completing 23 years.
I started working here in 1981. I was in high school, and I started as a waiter in the main dining room, worked my way up, and I've been here, this will be my 41st year.
The 50th anniversary for Kendal and Longwood kind of ties together a long association I've had with the organization, starting back in either the very late 70s or early 80s when I was a student at Westtown. And we would come up here at Christmas time and sing in the Kendal at Longwood auditorium for the residents. And I can remember pulling up to the circle here, which looks the same as it does now, except I think the trees are a lot bigger than they were back then.
My start date at Kendal was Valentine's Day, 1997. I started on 4 to 12 shift. It's been a good 26 years.
It brings me a beautiful memories. 50 years. I came when it was the 10th anniversary. So it was a lot of going on. People so happy because it was 10 years of Kendal.
There were a lot of different things on the menu back then, but my favorite memory of a food thing was when we had, it was probably maybe the 15th or 16th anniversary, we made individual baked Alaskas. So they were like this big, and we had to make like 300 of them. So it took forever to make 300 baked Alaskas.
I have a family connection with Kendal, and growing up with that connection, it's sort of in the background for you. Certainly, many uncles have been here and family, so I was thrilled, and I'm extremely excited and humbled to be a part of this community.
Speaking for Coniston, I want to congratulate Kendal for their 50 years anniversary. And I've had a thought that Kendal is like a mother tree, planting seeds for these other campuses that have come along. So now we have 4 beautiful campuses. Thank you very much, Kendal.
One of the things people ask when they're new here is they're focused on how many square feet, how many dollars. What they miss is the people. And so one of the things you learn after you've been here, it's not where you live or what you have, it's the people you're living with. And most of these people you're going to be with for 10 or 20 years. So it's pretty important that you come to a place that you really like and that you like the people.
It's a good place to live and lots of good friends and neighbors.
Well, most I like the people because I have made so many friends and I have learned so much from them. That's what I like the most. And I like the staff because they are so caring, and anything you need, they are there, and they are very friendly. So those are the 2 things I like the most.
Kendal at Longwood is a great place to live or work because of the residents who reside here. They make it easy to work here, and obviously they must make it easy for everyone to live here because it is really a great place. I haven't had a bad day at work yet.
Why do I'm still working here for so long, 40 years? Because that's what I like to do. I like to take care of people. And for me, Kendal is like everybody is there, my mothers, my fathers, my grandfathers. And I feel that way, and that's the way I treat them.
I think the best aspect of working here is, I said it before, but I think it's getting the opportunity to work with the residents and staff. I heard somebody say this the other day, but originally it was like having 300 grandparents, and now it's more like having 300 parents. So it's really, and friends, because I feel that they're more my contemporaries than futures.
Congratulations, Kendal at Longwood. All of us here at Cartmel are delighted to share in the celebration of your 50th anniversary. The shared strong values of Kendal have created a solid base that makes this a wonderful place to live for all of us. Happy anniversary.
The 50th anniversary means to me is this must be a very good place to live, to exist this long, and still thriving and building.
I've seen over the last 20 years the evolution of the organization. And as it changes, it continues to remain the same. So I ask, as we look into the future, we look at the change and not to be scared of it. Kendal will remain Kendal.
And now it's gonna be 50 years. Can you imagine? 50 years.
I think it's incredible because my first anniversary here was the 8th anniversary, and it was right after I first started. And I can still remember being here that night. And it's a great feeling. I think the anniversary is really special here.
It's a good place to grow internally because you are among so many people who are so successful or have been successful, and they are so giving and they are so kind. And you see in practice, that the community can be so caring and loving and helpful. So that really hits you.
I think living a full active life, even when you're growing a lot older. You can still be active, you can pursue your interests, you can make new friends, you can see your old friends, you can have family here. I have my family every Christmas Eve, and Kendal caters a huge shrimp cocktail, and they bring food, and we have a wonderful time.
It's not many times when an organization gets to celebrate something like its 50th anniversary. And with all the activities that are being planned, we're planning to start activities in January to take us up to the October 50th anniversary dinner celebration. There will be a lot of the different committees and a lot of different organizations in the KRA will be putting on their own special event as part of the 50th anniversary celebration. So we're looking forward to a real year of celebrating starting this coming January.
Many, many activities are planned throughout the entire fiscal year to celebrate Kendal's 50th anniversary. I enjoy celebrating with you, and I look forward to wishing you well.